Okay, hello and good morning. Let's talk about today's work here. And actually, this was yesterday's work. Notice that there are two possibilities. This one, the inequality, points towards the absolute value, so you're going to squeeze it in between something with a plus and something with a minus. So you're going to put 3 over 5x plus 7 over 3. Now, I would multiply by the least common denominator. So you take the 5 and the 3, and you take the biggest one. Does 3 go into 5? No. Double it. Does 3 go into 10? No. Triple it. Does 3 go into 15? Yes. That's your least common denominator. So I would multiply everything by 15. Now watch what happens. You get a negative 30 here. 5 goes into 15. 3 times 3 is 9x. 3 goes into 15. 5 times 7 is 35. And then 2 times 15 is 30. Now you want to subtract 35 from all three pieces here. When you do, you get a negative 65. And then here you're going to get a negative 5. Okay? And then you're going to divide by 9. Let me just look over my work. And when you divide by 9, unfortunately, you're going to get some fractions. So x is going to be squeezed in between this right here. Okay? And that's how I would do it. All right, so let's move on. This one right here points away. If it points away, it's going to be the same thing. And then it's going to be the opposite. Now, with an inequality, you can have a negative. With an equal sign, you can't. So it's the same thing, and then you're going to switch it and do the opposite, and then work both of these out. Subtract and divide, subtract and divide. Let's talk about today's work. We're going to skip 7.4. Copy these down. All right, well, you know division, you got to keep, change, flip. So keep this one, change it, and flip it. And now you're going to get 2 times 2 is 4 over 15. This one right here, you're going to find your least common denominator, which is 6. So you're going to multiply this one by 2 to get a 6. You're going to multiply this one by 3 to get a 6. That's going to give you 4 over 6 minus 15 over 6, which gives you a negative 11 over 6. And that should be your answer. This next one right here, number 3, you have to reduce. So 2 goes into 8 4 times, 2 goes into 6 3 times. So you get a negative 4 over 3 so far. You have more y's at the bottom. You got one more y at the bottom. And then finally you got more z's at the top. You have 2 more at the top, and that should be your answer. Okay? This next one right here, you have to factor. Now, if you don't know how to factor, then obviously this will be a problem. But here, they do not have anything in common. So you got to do 2 times 12 is 24. A plus and a plus is going to give you a plus and a plus. So that means you're going to be adding to get 11. 3 times 8 is 24, which adds to give you 11. And so those are the ones you want to use. So you want to put 2x squared plus 3x plus 8x plus 12. And there's your 11 right here. Remember, you had to substitute these in place of that 11. And then you're going to factor out a x here, so you're left with 2 times x plus 3. You're going to factor out a 4 here, I think it is. And when you do, you're going to be left with 2x plus 3, 4 times 3. These are the same, so you're going to take one of those out, and you're left with x plus 4. So at the top, that's what you have. At the bottom, you got to do the same thing. So when you go ahead and factor the bottom, nothing factors out. So 3 times 4 is 12. A plus and a minus means you're going to be subtracting. So you're trying to get 11 and 12. Let me see here. 1 times 12 is 12, and when you subtract, you get 11. So these are the ones you want to use. So on the bottom, you're going to have 3x squared plus 1x, and you want that actually to be a minus, and then you want to put a plus 12x, and that's going to give you a positive 11x, and then minus 4. So here you're going to actually factor out an x, so you're left with 3x, and then this is going to be minus 1, and then over here you're going to factor out a 4, I think it is, and when you do, you're left with 3x minus 1, and when you factor this out, you have two of these the same, so it's going to be 3x minus 1 over x plus 4, and then the x plus 4's cancel, so your final answer is right here. So 2x plus 3 over 3x minus 1. So you have to be able to factor, and that's called group factoring, okay? And you have to substitute in. So your assignment's right here. If you get stuck, I want you to ask for help. Let's turn our attention now to geometry. Okay, the question is, what is a tangent? A tangent is a line that hits the circle at one point. So it hits circle at one point. And that point is called a point of tangency, and it is perpendicular to the radius. So it's 90 degrees to the radius. Okay, so AB and CD are perpendicular, so they're tangent, so they're perpendicular. And so you're going to add all this up, and it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 sides here. Take a look at it. Remember, a triangle has 3 sides, and that's 180, but if it's got 4 sides, it's 360. So right here, you're going to put 90 plus 2x plus 90 plus 3x is equal to 360 degrees, which is a circle. Anyhow, you're going to add this up and get 5x. 90 plus 90 is 180, is equal to 360. Now you're going to subtract 180 and get 180. And then so you get 5x is equal to that. And then you're going to divide by 5. So x, 5 goes into 18 3 times with 3 left over. I think it's 36. You can check it on your calculator, and that's how you do that problem. Remember, tangent means 90 degrees. Next, this one right here, these both are tangent from the same point, therefore this one is equal to this one. So you're going to do 2x minus 4 is equal to x plus 7. Always ask yourself, what is the relationship? Now you're going to subtract x from both sides. So you're going to get x minus 4 is equal to 7. And then you're going to add 4 to both sides. And when you do, you get x equals 11. So the radius is going to be 11 minus 2, which is 9. So the radius is 9, and each of these sides is 11. And that's how you do it. Now look, there are 7 formulas for chapter 10. And here they are here. So copy these down. That's the first 3 on a new sheet of paper. Copy those down. Okay, now copy the rest of them. And the sooner you learn these, the better off you're going to be. So copy those down. This one, by the way, is tangent squared is equal to the outside times the whole thing. Tangent squared is equal to the outside times the whole thing. Write that down. Those are the 7 formulas that you need to know. Okay? I call this one the inside and this one the outside, or the product rather. All right, so let's get off of that now and let's work some. So let's take a look here. I'm going to pull this sheet off because I want to show you how to do this. So draw these diagrams. All right, so take a look at this one right here. You have to look at your formulas and see which one it is. So it's not any of these formulas, number 1. It's actually this formula right here. Okay, so the angle is in the inside, so it's this one. So the angle is equal to half of the sum of the two arcs. So you're going to say angle X is equal to half of the big arc plus the little arc. So 175 plus 55. You're going to add that up and divide by 2. So you get your calculator, you add it up and divide by 2. So 175 plus 55, press equals, divide by 2, and you have 115. So this angle is 115 degrees. Okay, that's all you do is use your formulas. Take a look at the next one. The angle is on the outside. So we want to use this formula right here, number 3. The angle's on the outside. So the formula is the angle is half of the big minus the small. So the angle X is equal to half of the big arc minus the small arc. So again, instead of adding this time, you're going to actually subtract. So take 140 minus 50, press equals, and then divide by 2. So you're going to use your formula sheet today. If you get stuck, I want you to ask. Okay, one more. This angle's on the outside. It's the same as this one. So the angle is equal to half of the big arc minus the little arc. So write that down. And I want to see the formula each time. So here's your angle. So you're going to substitute 50 here. This is called a work backwards. The big arc is 12x plus 8 minus the little arc, which is 4x plus 4. And you have to put parentheses because you're going to distribute that negative sign. So you get 50 is equal to 1/2. And then here you're going to get 12x plus 8. But now you're going to get minus 4x and then minus 4 because a negative times a positive. Now you're going to combine like terms here, and that's going to give you 50 is equal to 1/2. And then 12 minus 4 is 8x. And 8 minus 4 is a plus 4. All right, at this point, you could take half, or you could just multiply by 2. I'm going to multiply by 2 to get rid of that. So I'm going to get 100 is equal to 8x plus 4. Now I'm going to subtract 4 and then divide by 8. So let me get my calculator. So 100 divided by 4. 100 minus 4 equals that, and then divide by 8 equals 12. So x equals 12. Now, if you want to find out what these angles are, you would plug in 12 times 12 in this case, because that's what x is, and then plus 8, or 4 times 12 plus 4. All right, that's how you do it. Again, today, you're going to be using your formula sheet. All right, good luck, and your worksheet is right here. And I want you to do side 1. Okay, we'll do side 2 tomorrow. So front today. Okay, and again, I want to see the formula, and then I want to see the work. Good luck.